Hello, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene, and today this video is an introduction to a video I shot a little while before I shot this one, in the same day. And the video shows you the studio as it looks like. And some of you have Michelle or Lumi told me that she had received a compliment regarding comparing our camera to a 1974 3-tube Sadicon, which I think is a compliment. Thank you very much. I can assure you that we have done our best to make our video as close as possible to broadcast SMPTE specifications, which is something a lot of YouTube people do not try to do, or just kind of just let the camera try to do the right adjustments. And sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. Yeah, now just a quick test, lens eye test. Just like I do a lens test, I can do an eye test the same way. Make sure that the picture's in focus and my eye, and my right eye is doing better, but it's still got a ways to go, trust me. The one cat that you didn't get a chance to see in the video is Fame. He's laying in front of the microphone over here, and at least he's not blocking the microphone sound, so you can hear me clearly. And so you get a chance to see a stereo. Sorry, my asthma is kicking in. I'm having a little bit of an asthma attack. Sorry about that. You know, if you're wondering why I'm wheezing, it's because I have asthma. I'm trying to. It's really, really getting sticky in here. That's my problem with these studio lights. They produce a lot of heat, and they can make me very sick. They're certainly a far cry from the modern type of bulbs. I've tried in the past the CFLs. The colors suck. The let's see what else. CFLs, the colors suck. The LED bulbs do not have a brightness equivalent to these. These are about 5,800 lumens. These are extremely bright bulbs, and they're not halogens, which some would say is electrical halogens. The problem with the halogens is they're very, very expensive in the studio grade, and for what I'm going to get for performance out of a halogen, I'm not going to really gain much. Oh yeah, they also tend to produce a little more ultraviolet rays, which is something that my eyeballs really do not need. So that's the reason why we're not using halogens, for that reasons. Now, as you saw, the video looks pretty good, and it really does, and I'm really impressed overall with spur of the moment shoot. And so let's go to that video right now. Hi guys, this is MicheleMarieDalene, and today I wanted to show you something. And because there's some artifacts in my iPhone 4S, we're going to shoot this in 1080p, but we're going to have to re-render this into standard 720 by 576 PAL. But for now, what we're going to talk about today is we're going to talk about the camera, the studio, and all the equipment and how it all works. So let's start today our video with the video, and then we'll deal with the and explain the audio as well. First thing is the camera. Now, I've said this before, and I did try it with balance, and it didn't work as well. And I wanted to show you the camera because I received a compliment that said that it was almost equal to a 1974 Ikami 3-tube Sadicon. It's not a 3-tube. It's a CCD camera. What we have on here is the standard. This is a 16mm movie camera C-mount lens. It's attached with a C-mount to CS mount ring. The viewfinder is an inexpensive rear backup viewfinder. Let's see if I can try to get it close and on you. My camera can focus on it. Yeah, barely. And this is the shot. It's showing you over there, pretty much right, is the actual camera. The subject, you can see that in the viewfinder, is connected by coaxial cables. This one here with the white tape is the viewfinder supply. This is the connection that goes from the camera. The camera is set for internal sync. It's powered by 12 volts DC. That's what this connector down here is for. It provides the power. And then we made the cable so it's removable, so that if for some reason I need to disconnect, which I often do when I put the camera away, so I just coil a lead up and put it in here. This is an inexpensive 35mm single lens reflex tripod. It has a pan tilt head on it, as you can see. And the camera itself is a 700 TVL. That's 720 by 576. Security camera, believe it or not. And as you can see, the homemade mounting of the rear view CCD or rear view LCD monitor is taped to the body of the camera. And that's pretty much what it goes for the video. I'm going to show you the audio input stage, and then go see where we go from here. The studio microphone is this one here, which is a Shure SM57. You see we don't have a windscreen on it, but that's only because the windscreen, I didn't think I was going to ever need one, and I haven't had to use one yet because I use this only in the studio. It's connected by a balanced XLR line, 600 ohm. It does not use phantom power. And the cable goes through over here to the recapped and restored Shure M68 mixer. You have your microphone input here. I have a telephone per second microphone, third microphone, fourth microphone, and my ceramic turntable cartridge turntable, which isn't usually used for videos because YouTube's policy regarding music. I use it with my stereo to adjust for RIAA. We have our, down here, an inexpensive Shure 5-band graphic equalizer. 5 bands per channel is 2. And the sound is preset to make a nice RIAA curve position. We use that amplifier down here primarily. The sound design is primarily used for the studio audio. And yes, the 8-track did work, but the bearings were going bad, and we needed a belt for another 8-track. So there's no belt in it. The head's good and everything. It records great, but not using it at this point. In my area, we cannot get any FM or AM radio stations because the audio-video gear in here makes too much video noise, and you can't even hear anything. It just sounds like garbage. Our monitor speakers, I bought these inexpensively at a rummage sale. These are JBL speakers. The original clips on them kind of broke off. So this one at least has a removable grill, so I'm going to show you the drivers inside here. You have your 10-inch bass, your mid-range, and your piezo tweeter inside that, and that's each individual speaker, brand new, lists for about $800, and that's pretty expensive speakers. Especially, it really works really well for my turntable, especially with my homemade modification of the RIAA settings. And that's the audio input stage. The finished audio and visual inputs go into the next room here, which is our editing station. And you can see we have down here is our Formac FS10 converter box. Here you have your audio input, right and left, and you have your camera input, your camera output. The power lead is connected by a small switching mode power Walmart or wall adapter that provides power. This is actually what you're seeing right now on the computer screen. It might have some problems with scan because it's a CRT based monitor, and you can see the picture looks overall is pretty good. Really not a bad picture at all. I can't say the same thing about what it looks like in high definition, but at least in standard definition it has a very nice picture to it. This is a Power Mac G5 over here. Can't really see it too well. You can just sort of see it's a silver box. No, it's not a Mac Pro. The scanner is for scanning images, and we do have a tape drive, which right now isn't actually connected at this point. But it is a Dell V122 VS80 tape unit. It's sitting over there on the other desk, which is not hooked up because unfortunately I ran out of inputs and space to put it. I have hookup for it, but just don't have any place to put it over here. We're moving this desk back into the other room. This is my scanner, or my inkjet printer. It's sitting on top of the monitor on a homemade platform right here. You can see it's being supported by a couple empty pill bottles, and it's actually got some very short screws screwing this to the monitor. The screws are really short because I don't want to actually screw into the video tube. This is my laser printer, which we use for printing. These are my studio headphones. These are the Nova 40s. We use these originals to monitor the sound with an adapter plug on the end here to go to 3.5 millimeter. I'll show you the plug here. Yeah. The actual coiled cord is connected by this adapter here, which is how we maintain the video. Let's take a quick look at the color touch chart. And I actually kind of wonder how this does anyway. You can see how the picture looks. That's used to focus this camera. And what we do is we focus the camera, we turn these studio lights off, and we focus it under the existing light as sharp as we can. And these are the lights here. I'll see if I can try to get into the light here to dim it down so you can see it. Unfortunately, this is not a very high-tech camera. These consist of two 120 volt 300 watt Sylvania PS25 bulbs, and they are mounted in 15-inch reflectors, and they are hooked up in. That's how it goes. The walls are peach, as you can see here, and the set, it is actually my living room. I like stuffed animals, so I wanted to have them kind of to show that I also often will focus on that picture as well. If my card isn't available, I'll use the picture. This is the old studio couch, been around a long time, and I just set up as if I was doing a video shoot. To show you this, these are my film reels on the wall, and what I do is I'm often sitting down here at the thing. I look at the reels with my right and left eye, and I test to see how my vision is doing, like so. And generally, it lets me know if my eyesight is okay or not. For the most part, my right eye is doing pretty good. It's not perfect, but it is starting to get back resolution. So that's the thing. That, yes, my console 25-inch RCA home theater television. And I plug this into my iPhone, which I'm doing the video on, using the composite cable from Apple, which is, let's see, oh yeah, my wonderful world of chargers, charging stations, plugs for all my gear. Here we go. Okay, you can see here, it connects into my iPhone, and then I can use it to watch Netflix on my TV. I have a switch box here which selects the different inputs Right now there's only one. We used to have a satellite receiver, so that would have been B, which right now I returned that to dish, so I don't have a satellite receiver right now. The old remote controls I bought, I'm using this to control the TV because it didn't have one when I bought the TV secondhand, so that's pretty much it. Okay guys, I hope this short tour... Oh, yeah, before I go, one more thing. What about the wide angle lens? The Varifocal. It's this one. It's a standard security camera CS mount lens. It has a range of, I think, was it 3mm? Yeah. Focus, damn it. There you go, 3.5 to 8mm focal length. So it's not quite as good as I'd like for a lens, but it works. Well, I hope you liked this short little video. Maybe I'll help give you some understanding of how we do videos and why I look like this. And you probably noticed that I got the stupid test card behind me. I forget to take it down. I often do that in videos. If you wonder why it's always up there, it's because I forgot to put it away. Usually we try to put this card away upon shooting a video because we want to make sure that you're focusing on me and not looking at the damn test card, which I'm fine if you want to look at the test card, but it's, obviously it's not the topic of the subject. So that's my window and air conditioner and the shades, and we got our Christmas lights back over here in the ceiling. We've had them up there since I came back in here, and of course our pentacle. People wondered about that. That's my pentacle. As you guys, I'm not a strict Christian. I'm not a Christian strictly. I do support Christ, but I'm kind of what you would call an eclectic or kitchen witch, although I'm technically a sorceress. Okay guys, so that's all of it for right now, and as you can hear the echo, my background. Oh yeah, this thing is gotta get, this card is getting really battered. It's constantly gets sat on. But anyway, so that's that. I just wanted to show you this, and I want to thank you for watching all the videos. Now you got a little bit of the backstory of how the studio works and things like that. Have a nice day, guys. Bye-bye. Okay, we're back. And as you can see, what we did was we shot it in 1080p, which is 1920 with 1080p, but then we reduced it to a standard 4:3 aspect ratio PAL frame at 25 frames per second. So it's not really immensely great, but it's because it makes it easier for me to integrate all that video into my productions over here. The raw stock took 2.5 gigabytes out of my iPhone. My iPhone only has 3.5 gigabytes of room to spare. So in other words, because it's a 16 gig iPhone, so I got it in there by the hair of my chin. Normally I don't shoot it like that, but I did this time because I knew that some of you guys are going to say is, quality, we want quality, we want it to look good, we want it to be absolutely positively the best you can get. Okay, so I did it. Okay, so now we got some other things to talk about. No, not about that, thank God. But we wanted to let you know, actually it was just in my mind, it just slipped my mind, so let me think back what it was. Okay, one of the reasons when people ask me is why we don't shoot in high definition. First of all, editing high definition video is a royal pain in my ass. My video card can barely handle it. When you're editing 1080p video in Final Cut Express on the stock Apple Power Mac G5 video card, it's just drops frames all over the place, and it makes editing a video extremely difficult to do. So I'd rather not do that. I choose 25 frames per second, 720 by 576, is because to me, it gives a much better visual resolution than using U.S. American Standard 720 by 480 at 30 frames per second. I don't need the speed. I'm not doing sports shoots. I'm not doing things where I have to worry about being worried too much about camera smear, which was an issue, by the way, with some of the earlier Satacon lenses. In the early cameras was smear. If you ever in bright lights, it looks like ghost trails. A similar effect happened for the same reason with early LCD monitors as well. The same type of ghost trails and high-speed action was because the early electronics and some early monitors, LCD, could not keep up with the speed. So there was always that little bit of drag and slow delay in the videos. Of course, my LCD monitors have improved immensely since that time. But for me, I never went too much heavily with LCDs. My studio is using primarily CRTs. Some people say my studio is very, very vintage. I kind of like it that way, honestly. I actually like sticking and recording and working in analog and then only going to digital in the final processing. It keeps more of the video as originally was intended. So, yeah, that's me. Alright, now, yeah, by the way, we're still looking for new equipment and stuff like that and donations. Oh, God. I didn't say it to be a big, long one. No. We can use cameras. We can use lights. We can use more microphones. Most of our equipment is wired for 120 volts US, but we can handle 220 volts. 230 volts European standard, so that's not a problem. Although I have to plug it into the cooker wall outlet, or get a step-up transformer, which it will take care of the voltage. It won't do anything with the line frequency. Although I do have ways to fix that too. It's just not a very popular thing is to use modified sine wave inverters to bring it up from 12 volts, 24 volts DC to 230 volts, 50 cycles, but it could be done without too much of a hassle. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I mentioned about the money. I mean, I could use your help, and I'm still going to need your help, no matter what. So we're still $200 short. The Berkeley Fund still hasn't gotten back to me. I talked to a lady today, and she said to me that she had been out for a while because she was sick. And she said that she's going to try to find out from the bank what's going on with the payments, and hopefully we'll find out an answer soon. And that's pretty much it. I just hope that you enjoyed this video, and I'm welcome to your comments and suggestions. And like the person said on Lemmy's channel, is you may have thought you meant it as an insult, but no, actually I took that as a compliment, as did Lemmy, because we have been working really hard to produce the best quality in analog standard definition that we can do. Because first of all, with standard ADSL 2+, it takes a long time to upload standard analog. I hate to tell you how long it would take to upload a video at 1080p. If a 7-minute 1080p video was 2.5 gigabytes in size, the sheer size of the video is enough to really seriously make me wonder if it's all worth it. And the answer is no, it's not worth it at all. In fact, it sucks. But there's another thing you didn't talk about. What's that? There is a 16:9 NTSC video format, and some TVs and some cameras have it. Yes, there is. Except the problem is that we use 4x3 because then it's easier to merge it in with our existing camera shot, which is a 4x3. Unless they get an anamorphic lens adapter, the screws into the camera lens, which allows me to shoot a wider angle shot in anamorphic, it's really not going to happen because it's just too expensive. And the adapters are available, but they cost a hell of a lot of money for video cameras to be feasible. And of course, unlike 16mm film or even 35mm film print material, there's only so much pixels to work with. So basically, it would end up trying to squash more into a small frame, so there's going to be a video loss. So not really at all a cool deal to do anamorphic 16:9 with a 4x3 camera. It can be done, but it's something that I would not recommend unless you're really going for a special effect. Because once you stretch it back out in the video processor, the pixels are actually stretched twice as wide, and they really look really funky to do it that way. But for the time being, that's all for now. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share with your friends, family, whatever. And if you're like me and you prefer to work in the older analog video, you certainly would appreciate the amount of work that goes into making these videos, and they take a lot longer than the cheap consumer grade crap that's out there today. And I'm really happy with the results I've gotten for what I have for money, and thanks to you, we can keep going on and we can keep adding new things and improving our format as we go. So for now, talk to you later, guys. Bye bye, everybody.